So version 1.0 was dead. 8 months of planning and brainstorming and something I thought, man, this is going to be outstanding. First time I play it, it's dead, and I'm feeling a little discouraged. That day, Megan sits me down and says, explain it to me.
Well, there was quite a bit that was added that maybe didn't need to be there. There was a lot of detail.
Great detail.
That had to happen in order to be rescued from this island that he had created. You had to craft these fires that had to be on a specific side of the island. And there was a lot of dice rolling, and
I would say my attention to realism was maybe a little too much for a board game. If the boat was on the east side of the island that was coming by to rescue you and you were on the west side, it wouldn't see you, so you didn't get rescued. Things like that.
there was just a lot of nuance that maybe didn't need to be there.
It was a mess. It was a mess. And Megan very patiently listened to me explain all of this and then helped me weed it down. And she took a weed whacker to it. It's what it needed. It's absolutely what it needed.
So we pared it down to basically what the basics were of the game, and I think it came out stronger than it was before.
The three most important things, because that's really what she wanted to find out. What are the most important elements of the game to me and to the game itself? And those are the three things that we list on the description. It's a co-op crafting survival game. Those were the things that were important. That was the game could take place in any other setting, but if it still had those things, it would be true to what I was setting out to do. And she helped me get rid of all of the other.
Sorry about to those who would love to have that game that he had created, but I think this one is a little bit better.
That game will be the second expansion pack. Don't worry, it's coming.
It's coming.
The game that... So from that point on, we started moving forward, figuring out, okay, what is the game now? And we kept with the shipwreck theme for a long time after that.
There was a lot of Polynesian island theme elements. We had some tiki gods that we had to go to.
There was a volcano.
It was really taking shape in maybe a Hawaiian theme area.
Yeah.
Island. But it totally changed. Everything changed.
As we're trying to decide on a story, because that was important. It needed a story. I was kind of lost at that point, trying to find something, and I was searching. The directions you go when you're lost are often how you find your way. And I was just looking at the shapes of islands on Google Earth.
You know, like you do.
You know, just a normal Friday night, whatever. And I was searching the Mediterranean area, and I was like, oh, this island, its shape, it works. I don't know why the shape was important, but it just felt like it was important because the shape I had drawn, Megan, when she was redrawing it and recreating a lot of the art and assets, she kept the basic shape. And remarkably, it looked very, very similar to the island of Montecristo. And that was like a lightning bolt. It was at that point we're like, yes, this is our story. This is the direction we take the entire game. We're going to take the story, the true legend, the legend that Dumas wrote his book based on. This game isn't based on the book, The Count of Monte Cristo. It's based on the legend that the book is based on, which sounds confusing, but I know you got it.
It's not history, but it's pseudo-history.
I like to say it's history fan fiction.
It's fan fiction.
For history.
For history. Yeah.
But that really did give us a direction. So instead of we're shipwrecked trying to get off an island, we've now come to this island on purpose. We have a mission. We have a goal on this island. And it's to find the treasure. So you and the other players have come to this island to find the treasure of Montecristo Island. And what does that look like? How do you do that? This really did set the ball rolling. It gave us a direction for why you're crafting things, what you need to craft,
who you are, why, who is this crew, who are these people.
This was huge, and you really did help define that.
As an art director, I want to know, who are these people we're talking about? Who are these characters? Who is this team that we're building to have this co-op experience?
And the other part of this team, each one of them is different. Not just visually, not just, this is the red piece, this is the green piece. But they each have a unique skill. They, as in any real crew, each member of the crew brings a different ability or skill to the team.
If you're the muscle, you can carry more things. You can't move as quickly. You can't maybe take as many spaces on your turn, but you can carry a lot of things. If you're the scout, you can't carry a lot of things, but you can move a lot of spaces in one turn.
So there's a give and take with each character. You get some benefits with one character, but you get weaknesses. And that was a huge part of what developed over this version 2.0.
And really, for me, like, characters are really the heart of the game, and so that gets me really excited about this game, and who you can play and different experiences each game when you play a different character.
And that was key, the replayability, because a game without any replayability, it sits on the shelf. You play it once, you're like, okay, we did it, we beat it, we get it. But we wanted this game to be something that every time you pull it out, it's going to be different. And that was part of why we wanted all the characters to be unique, to have different skills, to provide a different benefit, but also provide a different challenge when you're playing the game. And depending on how many people you have, it's also going to be difficult. But
we all have our favorite characters.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we've even got favorite recipes of characters, if you will, which characters we like putting together. But one of the things, and it's in the rules, is like you have to randomly draw. Once you buy your own version, you can do it however you want, but making it a random draw adds that element of, we don't know how this game is going to work out. We might get our favorite characters and it will be so easy for us this time, or it's going to be wow, okay, these are the characters we aren't as good with. And that's what we love. But that's not enough. You need more to really add to the challenge of the game. And that's where the thief comes in. The thief is an element that we thought the game had to have. The island has its own dangers. Each character has to deal with their health meter, their hunger meter, and a thirst meter. And so they're dealing with all of that. But at the same time, there's a thief roaming the island trying to stop you guys and get the treasure for themselves.
This is an NPC player. So no one controls the thief, but there are certain ways that the thief moves that is dictated by the rules.
And that was a make or break thing, because without the thief, the game, it was too easy. But adding the thief in there and making sure it worked, and worked in a way that there's no debate about the rules. It's spelled out perfectly. The thief is always going to work. There's no way that it can break. And I say this
There's always fights about the rules.
There's always fights about the rules, but we've play tested it so many different times, and we've even intentionally got into situations where, like, okay, hopefully this will cause a fight. How do we solve it? But that was important because the thief is such an important element of the game, and there's some surprises with the thief for the expansion, but you gotta click a few episodes ahead.
We're really excited about the expansion.
To figure out what that is. But like Megan said, the thief is an NPC, and it adds that chaos element, that uncontrollable aspect of the game where it literally has a mind of its own. Its actions are controlled and you can't do anything about it. And that really does help with that replayability. So version 2.0 compared to version 1.0, it's night and day different. It's been a long road to get here. We are so excited for you guys to finally see what we've done. And if you guys have been following us on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you've kind of gotten to see a lot of the art and the progress, but the final product is almost here. And we could not be more proud of it. And we hope you guys really enjoy what it has grown up to be. So